So, with Season 5 of My Hero Academia right around the corner and having only just finished Season 4, yes, I know I'm slow, that first episode with the reporter really put me off the rest of the season, I decided that I wanted to talk about the openings. And not just that, after me and my friend disagreed on our opinions of the openings, I figured, hey, I should rank them. Because that's totally not going to be an editing nightmare. Well, let's just get it done then, shall we? Number 7. Peace Sign. I'm not entirely sure why I dislike this opening as much as I do. The opening of it being the characters stretching, symbolising the fact this entire arc is just for training, is nice. Though I think that would have worked better with the summer camp arc myself. But I think it might just be how little the side characters get any focus in this, with Uraraka being the big one. I mean, considering these episodes actually have the peak of her character, at least in the anime, I've not read up the manga, in her fighting on equal terms to fucking Bakugo, it is a damn shame that she gets equal billing with Kirishima, who does nothing in this arc. And I'm also massively disappointed in Class 1B's only representative being Tetsu, when, well, there's definitely better individual representatives for him, like, I don't know, Monoma. Now, I get that Season 5 is going to be the season all about Class 1B, but it would have been nice to at least give the full class a glance, like, you know, the group shots 1A gets in the middle of this opening. I don't know, maybe I'm just bitter the best girl only gets a second of screen time. Peace Sign. I would say that one of these had to come in last, but I genuinely don't like this one. Number 6. Sora ni Utaiba. There's really not much to this opening. And that's sad, because the Stain episodes are easily my favourite in the show, mainly due to Stain himself being my favourite antagonist and probably favourite character in this entire show. But the opening itself is just stock shonen opening. Like, there's only two things that really stand out to me during it. That's the shot of Tensei and Ida's glasses here, and the final shot of the opening of Izuku calmly activating full cowling. It's a pose that really gives me vibes of Shunko from Bleach. Is that just me? Well, I mean, hell, the main villain of the entire opening, Stain, gets like maybe a couple seconds in it. Yeah. This opening's just bland, with those two shots being the only things that elevated past the previous ones. Sora ni Utaiba. A gigantic letdown to this phenomenal arc. Number 5. Polaris. This one, I don't really know why I rate it higher than Sora. In fact, a lot of things it does actually really bug me. The way Bakugo is given huge prominence in the class shot when he's actually absent from this arc, though that might be the point, that he's the most excited and then gets excluded, I'm not sure. As well as this running motif of characters flying through the air to showcase their powers, which by this point was really starting to get old. As well as a slight screw up with All Might's part. See, it was a touch I'd noticed when first watching Season 4. For the first 3 seasons, All Might wears baggy clothing that then tightens on him as he buffs up, but after he lost the final spark of One for All in Season 3, he actually ditches them and starts wearing clothes that actually fit him. And that's not exactly groundbreaking, it just makes sense. But it works in a metatextual sense to show he's accepting his retirement and not trying to be the hero he physically can't be anymore. But this opening has him back in his baggy hero costume. It's just, well, if you'll pardon the pun, ill-fitting? Thankfully, much like Sora, there are 2 things this opening that bring it up for me. Number 1, and this is really shallow, but oh my god, this killer solo right at the start. The second being that the flying through the air is actually repurposed at the end for Eri and Izuku both falling, which both foreshadows the ending of the arc and is an excellent metaphor for both their situations, with Izuku desperately trying to save her, but seemingly with not even enough control to save himself. I dig that kind of shit. Also, that final scream is metal as hell. Polaris. I literally couldn't think of anything to sum it up. Number 4. Star Maker. This opening's fine. Yeah, that's about it. It's fine. That's the best way I can put it. Nothing it does really bugs me like Polaris, but at the same time, there's not much that jumps out at me either. It's a very slice-of-life opening for a very slice-of-life arc, and don't get me wrong, I enjoyed this arc just fine, but yeah, it was just fine. Though I did find it odd that there's so much prominence on Jiro doing, well, presumably songwriting, when we barely see her perspective during this arc. She says she's nervous to do it, then agrees to do it. We see her in some other group shots, then she does the big song at the end. And don't get me wrong, that song is the absolute highlight of this arc, as well as the fight with Gentle, because, oh my god, Gentle's backstory. Big Stain vibes. But she never seems like she's having some grand character revelation that this shot here seems to imply. Star Maker. It's like they say in Sharknado. It's good. Not great. Number 3. Make My Story. Oh, now here we fucking go! Oh, just that opening riff gets me so pumped! I call Make My Story a shonen opening in the biggest complimentary way I possibly can. It showcases new characters, it shows badass fights, the music is so damn good! Oh, yeah! Also, the choreography of this shot is amazing. Look at the way Bakugo flies, with perfect understanding of propelled flight and momentum. Look, you never really appreciate a show that understands momentum until you've seen bad momentum. Which, sadly, this opening actually showcases near the end, with Deku just kind of hovering through the air. Seriously, the more I watch these 5 seconds, the worse they get. The rush lines in the background imply he's flying through the air, but he looks more like he's just standing there. But if that's the case, then why those lines? Ugh. Make My Story, I love you, but this one shot nearly breaks it for me. And the odd prominence of Hagakure at the end. Okay, I know it sounds like I'm critiquing this one a lot, and I am, but I critique because I care. And while I can nitpick a lot of this opening, all I need to do is hear that gorgeous riff on the first couple seconds, and all of those complaints, they just melt away. Make My Story. It's everything a shonen opening should be. And we're only at number 3. Number 2. Odd Future. You know what's coming. You know exactly what's coming. You know what I'm going to talk about. This entire video, I've not really been talking about the song's lyrics, and while I've touched upon relevance to plot, I've mostly been talking about pure aesthetics. And when we're talking about Odd Future, there is only one thing to say. Oh my god, the emotion of that shot is so powerful. That this is the second time we see All Might without a smile in his buff form is the main part of it, but it's also the build-up from the rest of the opening. So if you listen to the rest of the opening, ever since we see this shot here of All Might receiving One for All, the rhythm and tempo, they're just constantly building, hyping up more and more and more. It even has a semi-fake out here, where it seems like they're about to drop the beat, and then it just starts building again. And I swear, it tricks me every time I watch it. Every time I watch it, I think, oh, here we go. And then, no, it starts building again. It's so good. And of course, there's other things to talk about. The music in this one is incredible. The autotune on the vocals works amazingly. And this little electronic riff that opens it, it's like it's a precursor to Make My Story. But, as I said, by all that is noteworthy, all that really matters in this opening, all this opening is building towards is that goddamn primal scream of God, even the drums before it sound they're getting excited about what's about to happen. Odd Future. Just pure, unadulterated hype. So you may be wondering, well then, how was Odd Future second place if you get so hyped about it? Well, it ties back to something I said during Peace Sign. I think it might just be how little the side characters get any focus in this. Class 1A are such a lovable and varied group of characters, and the fact the show clearly only cares about just a handful of them is so goddamn criminal. So to see an opening that really gives a damn about every single one, that matters to me. And much like Odd Future, it's all about that one moment. And in the day, it's all about this one sequence. And sure, this entire sequence is totally gonna have me rubbing against YouTube's limit on fair use, but I don't give a damn, hit that bass drum and start fucking counting! Oh, the sequence. I love it so much. That pounding of the bass drum. It's like you can hear it in the back of your head. 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, let's try that. Here. You see what I mean? Just the idea of just counting through the characters. It's such a great setup for the first season. And the rest of the opening's great too, with the counting bit actually being repurposed for Izuku's hero manuals here. And it also gets mad props for showcasing what is still easily the hypest moment in the entire show, All Might versus the first Nomu. But I'm a simple boy, and the showcasing of the full Class 1A is something that I will always appreciate. The Day. A brilliant opening and a brilliant introduction to a brilliant show. So yeah, I know this hasn't been the most deep of analysis. I'm sure other people could go much more in depth about symbolism in the different arcs, and I'm not gonna lie, Make My Story definitely has that in spades, but I'm just going for pure aesthetics here. That's really all I care about. Aesthetics and, you know, well, the stuff that matters to me. And some of that matters to me, but whatever, this is my list. But what do you think? Hey, let me know down below if you think that I'm an idiot and Peace Sign is incredible. But until next time, ciao.